Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Today we are in Lebanon City at Rescue Hose Company number 4. Welcome back to Station Cribs. Today is a very special episode. We are in a firehouse that was designed for a horse-drawn carriage, and now it houses a very large truck. Before we get started, do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification, and look forward to some more videos. So right through the front door, we're immediately met with all the history in regards to this. You have everything from the wainscoting on the walls to the call cards they have. They have all the street addresses, they have the phone numbers, they even have the best places to get pizza back in the day. They mounted a ton of their history on the walls. They have a lot of their old apparatus. They have some of the constructions they've done. But what's very cool about this is trying to get this size truck in a small building like this. The Rescue Hose Company number 4 houses a 42-foot long truck with a 100-foot ladder on top of it. So this truck is staffed by 2 full-time Lebanon City paid fire guys. They both get a driver and a rider. As I'm making my way to the back of this truck, I need you guys to understand what I'm really feeling here. If you take a look on either side of this truck, you got 5 feet, maybe 6 feet on one side, plus a gear rack, and you got 5 feet or maybe 6 feet on the other side of not only your gear rack, but your supplies and everything else. This truck fits in here just barely. The guys that I were talking to says when they back it in here, you got maybe 2 or 3 inches. So if it's a snow day and you get 2 or 3 inches of snow, they got to shovel the front walk in order to get this out without hitting. So no matter how small your space is, they still want to preserve a lot of their history. So what they've done is actually put a trophy case here with all of their awards, a lot of the history and everything that you normally would have in a firehouse. So on the back side of this truck, they have a little bit of space for the guys. They brought in a couch so they can sit down and relax. They got their television set. They got their desk with their computer, their I am responding. Even they put together their own tables. They worked as a community and put this together for themselves. But what's really cool about this is this little workspace back here was one of the old stables for the horses. This was one of the original horses. I guess his name was Pop. And the glass that's in here looks broken because it was from the original door of that horse stall. Back here, they even have the old hay storage that drops down. So redesigning these spaces, but yet knowing the history is very, very important. As I finish up in the back of the engine bay, they got one more room. This is their little kitchenette that they designed. They got a full-size stove, they got a fridge, and they got a sink back here. Everything you need to make your lunches and your dinners. I see this door right here. This happens to be the old clubhouse downstairs. Behind this door is where a lot of the fun happened. Let's go take a look. So coming down in the basement area, this is where the old social club was. It brings me really back into a time capsule of when, people used to hang out with each other, spend a lot of time with each other, really get to know not only you, but your family. This is that place that they used to use. They got the low ceilings, they got the, hard floor. They had an old bar back here, so they spent hours upon hours. But what's cool about this place is they decided to preserve as much as they could. Obviously, they took down the bar, they rearranged, they created an area for bunks for the volunteers. Right now it has a bunk for the paid guys, but they created a social area even in this small place. It brings me back to my grandma's house when I used to hang out there. It's in a basement area, but you know what? I have my television, I have my movies, I have all these pictures on the wall. Pictures of the social gatherings they used to do, some of the awards they got from the mayors and the parades they used to do. You sit down here, you watch TV, and it takes you back in time. And this is awesome. I can't think of anything else where I would want to be. So down here was the fun side. Upstairs where the engine is, that's the work side, but there's a business side yet to go. So let's go upstairs and take a look at that. So making my way up to the business side, we're walking up the stairs. I noticed in the hallway here, they have a whole patch wall. This is coming from all over the city, all over the county, all over the state. And actually there's some patches up here that are even non-state. There's many firehouses throughout the United States that like to trade this. So seeing this in a hallway tells me that these guys are fully invested in what they do, whether they're volunteer or paid. It's very cool to see. Coming up to the second floor continues that theme of time capsule. As I walk up here, I notice the hardwood floors that are in mint condition. You get the creaks and the cracks, but man, you can have that smell. If you had smell-o-vision, you can bring it back in time. This is the place where the business really took place. This is where they voted for, what trucks they're gonna have, what kind of equipment they're gonna put on it. The decisions that were made for this community were made in this room. If you just take a real quick look here, you see the old chairs that they used to sit in, the benches, the desks. It brings you back in history and lets you know how important this place is. Obviously, they've renovated a little bit over time. They made some space for the new guys. They brought in a couch. They bring in some workout equipment, so they're all comfortable. But man, this is an awesome place to be, and it really brings me back to when times were good. We had a lot of volunteers. We had a lot of people that were involved in their community. So coming my way back out of the boardroom area, we've got to talk about one more place. This is the dorm room they created for the paid guys. They got a nice little bathroom for them and a couple little bunks. This was the space they had that was the old bell tower and hose tower, and they converted it for them to use so they can relax and feel like home. Once again, thank you for watching Stacy Cribs. This is Rescue Hose Company number 4 at Lebanon City. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification, and we'll keep bringing you more.